Running. Something I haven't done for a while. Thought I'd been sick for the last week. It turns out it's probably allergies, so now I'm addicted to Benadryl. Been a long week. Aeration was going on at the course, so I went and played a bunch of little courses and actually one big course. Met a couple of PGA pros, and I got to play with this 12-year-old phenom everyone talks about. She was okay. I gave her a couple of tips at the end of the round. I felt like the devil. I was like, "Do you want some unsolicited advice?" She was like, "Yes." She was deselling. So I hope she doesn't think, because I think English is her second language. So I hope she doesn't think she has to desell, because she sure was doing it. She'll figure it out probably. She's also doing something really weird with her shoulders, so I just let her know. It's not as weird as the random pub links, county, local municipal. This guy's grip was like completely open on the top of the grip. Like his hands were like interlocked underneath it. Like I told him it looks like he's cradling a baby. It was so strange. It was fun. I just worked on my game. I was trying to do certain things. I was practicing in the garage, and the driving range was closed, so I'd take what I was practicing over the course, and I'd figure it out. The first day, I think I already talked about, I hit a 280-yard drive on the third hole, uphill. In soggy conditions. That one was really good. I was really confident about it. And then the next day, I kind of tried to change a little bit, and I thought it was even better. And I was like, okay, this is the feel, and this is the real. And I thought I finally had it, but I didn't. Jalisco. You know what? I'm gonna play the Jalisco. I'm just gonna play it straight up. Yes. Skip the events. I was having too much fun on the islands. I got no practice in. We're just going as cold as a beer on the beach. Still can't believe Gary McCord got fired for... See, if he had just said the greens were waxed, no one would have got it. You know? Like, wax like a surfboard? What is... You know, but that would have been PC. But when you say bikini wax, you imagine them, like, stripping, you know, hairs out. That's how fast the greens at Augusta are. But then Tom Watson is actually who got him fired. He wrote a letter to CBS that he was like the filth of the golf world, like a Howard Stern, and he had to be put a stop to before he sullied the very name of golf.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race.
Absolutely insane.
FedEx Cup. It's go time.
You didn't need to fire Gary McCord to sully the name of golf, Tom. You gotta look a lot deeper.
And John McCarthy out on the course. The crowd is up for it this week, I can tell you that. Glad to have you with us as we kick off our next event right here on 2K Sports.
Tom's cool
Let's
with
get down to the first hole.
all the racists and bigotry.
All of today's drama, let's check in with Henny Koyak, as there's some word developing that our featured player has formed a rivalry with Max Homer. Gee, that's brave of them.
It is brave indeed, Luke, because Max Homer may appear all friendly and sweet, but he loves to win. And I just wouldn't want to be going up against him, let alone in a race.
That's a
It's
good
going
drive.
to be so tough out there today.
Thanks, Henny. Let's see who
Wait.
roasts two out there
What?
today.
Never gonna
Our
stop.
featured player takes on
That was
Max
amazing.
Homer, who's always clever with a quip of his own.
Fast fairways.
John, you should have a clearer view than us. How's it lying?
Well, heads up here, guys. I don't know which way this one's going to come out of this stuff. Very, very deep down in here.
Oh no.
Coming out of the rough, and
It's
it
doing that
might
thing.
not have enough on it.
This now, his third shot.
All right. Well, let's see what else. So then, played those rounds I already talked about. Went. The last round was after the garage. Oh, such a good chip.
Ooh, that almost went down.
All right, maybe it wasn't that great of a
13
chip.
feet to the cup. Henny.
So I started off, and
I've given
both
it a
my
good
shots
look.
went
I
left
see
to
this
right
one
pretty
going
good.
left at the hole.
And the wind took them. The hole does not bode well if you do that with your driver. And there's this like gravel, and they labeled the gravel out of bounds. So they're both out of bounds. And second one, I hooked it, and so I hit another shot, and I hooked that one too. And then I popped up a drive. It was such a bad start. But I was trying this thing I was working on in the garage, and it did not work. It was not a good thing. So I don't know what I did after that.
It's on a great line. Starting the round
Nice.
at even par.
Steady as she goes. Nice work.
He finds himself with a share of the lead.
So then I hit a great drive, and then I knocked it on the green in a 2-putt. And I hit a good shot, just spun off the front of the green, and then I got it up and down. Then I hit a great drive, and I think I missed my putt. And so I realized what I've been doing with my
The
putting.
second hole at player Sayona Ridge.
It was,
less than 500 yards, but is a par 5.
Par 5 that meanders from right
It was
to
really
left.
bad.
Just a bunker
I
on the
missed
left-hand side.
the nice
You
course
have
with
to
the
think
PGA
about
Pros. I
other
missed
than
putts that I
that,
shouldn't have
it's
missed.
pretty
I missed like a
generous landing
2-footer.
area. Second shot,
I was like
green sits
shocked.
above
I
you
was like,
just
what?
A little bit. 2 bunkers on the right-hand side. The bailout's
so there's
going to
this-
be
this
to the
old-
left, sitting below
old
you.
putting technique.
All in all, though, a very generous par 5.
That's a tad disappointing. isn't
And
it? Well,
these
every
pros I
week,
used to
there's a certain
know
bunch of
just
players that
raved
everyone
about
keeps
it.
an eye on. This one seems
and
to
they
be
all
exactly
seem
in
to
that
share
company.
the same
One of the strong
exact
favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
same exact
We've
opinion
seen this player
about what the
time
putting
and
stroke
time
should be
again
like. So like I
contend
based
for
my entire
tournaments,
putting stroke recently
and
around
is
it,
no
and
surprise
it
to
was
see him doing
okay
it
at
once
first.
again this week.
But
it is so fun watching
in
this
actuality,
player
it's so
in their
disconnected
top
for me.
form.
I can miss a 2-footer. So I went back to just like
Max Homer.
just not doing that, and now I'm just like both my hands are like a single piece connected to my putter, and it all controls each other instead of like this does this, which
Well,
does
that's
this and
beautifully
this.
judged.
Yeah, it was way
Let's catch
better.
up with the current proceedings. Well, we're getting more and more used to seeing this, aren't we?
I made a ton of putts today.
In the limelight,
And,
he's certainly stepped up to the elite level on the tour.
Yeah, it just seems
Yeah,
like
that
you know,
round
it
I
took
went
him a
back to my
while
old
to get
swing
comfortable
as best
with
I
the
could,
PGA
but
Tour and its surroundings.
weird stuff
But
happens, and
now
I was
that he's
talking
found
about
the
this
winner's
today.
circle multiple times, it becomes old habit to him. It's coming easier and easier.
It's like
and he's
one
evolved
day
into one of the
you
greats of
think
the
you
game.
feel something, like you think you know what your swing is doing, and then the next day you try the same exact thing and it doesn't work. So I've really been refining it every single day to the point where it's like I'm doing the same thing, but I understand it
Well,
better
fellas,
every single
looking
day.
like, I'd say 25 feet to the cup from here.
So I finished the round really well. I just kind of hit I hit like 2 balls. I hit like a 240-yard 3-wood uphill into the wind, right in front of the green. I hit a 4-iron that was like hit a tree in front of the green. and then I like chip up and one putt, that
Long
kind of
range
thing.
here.
Yeah, that's well judged. He had the right line there.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And drives were just these piercing things into the wind. It was really good.
After that hole, they sit in second, just one place behind the leader, Sahith Tagala.
So then I was doing some studying on the swing, watching Patty, and
Most certainly is.
trying to figure out
Water
if
on
I
the
could add any
right-hand
more
side,
power to my
bunkers
swing.
Short and long left. Not very long, but this picturesque par 3.
I mean, I've always heard about this engine of the hips, and I've always done it, and I've always tried it, even when I had my back surgery and my hip didn't respond well to it. It's just doesn't work. I can't do it. I don't know why. Even when Patty's talking about it, I can't do it. So I tried to do that. I took it to the garage, then I took it to the range, and it's just like a waste of balls and waste of time.
Feeling strong, going for less club.
Well, at least it's on the way. That's the positive.
We need to make a long putt to secure a birdie.
This one is a fair distance here. And he's down there. You got a read?
This is just going right the whole way along.
Oh no.
That one went a fair bit distance by the hole. Putting for par.
We should probably read this one. Read it with me, folks. Can you see what it's doing? I think it's that right there. No, about there. I can't believe that happened. Is that a bug? Whoa. Oh, there we go. We can zoom in like that. Oh, that's cool. Still not sure.
Well hold. We have Sahith Tagala leading as we move over to the next hole.
So there's a complete waste on the range. And I really wanted to warm up today. I wanted to have a good round. I wanted to be warmed up. I wanted to be ready to go. I didn't want to be rushed. I didn't want people saying that's a gimme. I wanted to actually play golf, even though our greens are punched right now. So I just... and I'm wondering now, because I was going to play with the guys that like to play fast tomorrow, and they had a starter time on their time, so it's only a threesome, and I couldn't sign up for it, so I wonder if I upset them or something. But whatever. I'm going to enjoy walking the course and actually playing real golf instead of whatever they play.
That one's going to catch the thick stuff. Time for the second shot here at the fourth.
Probably not too bad. Yeah, just couldn't get it going. Like I didn't know. It's just I got to the point where I was hitting predictably. I had predictable shot shapes, but there was just something weird going on, and like I didn't feel comfortable. Didn't feel like I was striking it solidly. Mats can lie. I hate hitting on mats. So I got to the first tee, And the starter said something. I forget what he said. It was like something along the lines of like, "Don't mess up," in this like really gravelly line, like this really gravelly voice. And like the Benadryl was kicking in, and I was so loosey goosey. I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I hit it pretty fat. Even with a wood, I just wanted to do a sweeping fairway wood, and I hit really behind it. So it was a weird start. And then on the second hole, my approach shot, I hit it fat. So something was going on. And it took me... I went par, and then I went bogey. But it took me up to those bogey holes to like... The bogey holes, I started to really rip it. And I started to kind of figure out what I was doing.
Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have. He has this putt to save his par.
So
Well done.
I hurried on the 9th because someone dropped their thermos and I wanted to drop it off at the clubhouse and get a drink out of my car. So I just got a stupid bogey off of a short missed putt, and then I went par, double. Those ones were weird. I couldn't find a ball, even though I didn't think it was going to be out of bounds or anything. It just ended up in a tuft of something, and we couldn't find it.
The fairway, anything missing left, all the way down the hole, you're finding the ocean and a green.
And there was a 3-putt for double on the one, which was reminiscent of par 3 a little bit.
But I know that 5 is a fantastic score.
It was really a weird stretch. And then I parred the rest of the holes coming in. And I had some pretty impressive drives. One of them left me with 50 to the middle from the blues, which is about 10 yards up from the blacks. Dang.
Look at that lie. And Henny,
Power
what's he
pick.
looking at here?
A nice helping hand he's going to get from this wind.
Oh yeah, probably dial down the power pick a little bit here. Love that shot.
Looks to be going with the 6 iron. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
This putt puts him in front of Max Homa.
John, what's the line on this putt?
This putt looks like it's breaking right to left.
Good effort from there.
So then I got home and I started doing the same swing mechanics, thinking about doing the exact same thing that I was doing at the end of my round today while I was doing my speed training. I worked out a little bit while watching the Masters, but I've just been feeling so bad from these allergies. So I'm just, just coughing so much Benadryl. No.
That's a great play and a great time. Because they've now moved up the leaderboard. They've now moved 1 shot in front of their rival. The 6th hole and players.
Yeah, I ended up watching the rest of the Masters. It was a great day. Almost exactly what I thought it was going to be. I'm really pleased. It's just so much fun.
That's the best way.
Such high quality golf.
From there, you've got a green in the distance. It's got a couple bunkers well shy of it.
I'm hoping I win a new set of golf clubs out of it. I'm like really close.
Gentle movement all around.
Good luck. I'm happy if Rory gets it, and I'm ecstatic if Bryson ends up beating Rory. So it's just amazing. It's tough having multiple rivals be like your favorites in the sport. They're really great. Rory's tried to do so much for the PGA, and Bryson's tried to do so much for the game of golf. really tough to root against either one of them. You just root, they're kind of guys you root for.
And this is why we think this player is going to be world class. To produce that against Max Homa, wow, wow, wow.
So yeah, just
This player is currently tight at the top of the leaderboard alongside the ever-present Colin Morikawa.
just did some speed training after that, and I
All
was
the drama happens at the completion of the hole.
It does. You want to
averaging
challenge that
110
fairway
miles
bunker
per
as best
hour.
you can with a long iron fairway
So,
metal hybrid. You want to be
I
as
used
close
to
the green as
average
you can off the tee,
like
because it's an island green. with
100 to
danger
105,
everywhere. You
and then it
don't
was
wanna
like
come into
consistent
this green with much more
105,
than a wedge in
and
your
now I'm
hand.
up to a consistent 110. So that's really cool. That means I'm just like cruising at 105. It's just like, you know, just I can pump out like a 270 yard carry, and it doesn't even feel like I'm trying to swing hard. It's really fun. It's really good golf. My putting's coming together. My short game is good. Just I hope there's not another day where it's like, where did it go? I heard Justin Rose on the tee box at 13. He tried to hit a draw and he hit a fade, and he was like I think it's gone. Not the ball, but his swing.
Well, that's a handy shot. Standing over his second shot.
Next shot, straight back into the teeth of the wind.
Oh, I don't know if I got lucky on that
Going with the
one.
pitching wedge here.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
nicely
good.
played. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
Just a slight break to the left on this putt.
It's on a
trying.
good line. Ooh, a couple of birdies on the bounce. Look who's on a roll.
Yeah.
And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. And as we look at the
So I
leaderboard
just
now,
worked
Byron
out
in
after
front
my
is
speed training, and
1-1.
I thought, you know, I need to go for a run. I'm
The
I'm miserable
eighth
right
hole
now.
reached a spectacular par 4 here at Players Bay.
Hopefully these allergies
Tee
just
shot
go away
here at
eventually.
the
But
par 4 eighth
maybe I'll
bunker
run on the
left,
treadmill
bunker
later if I
right.
feel good.
And you got a green in the distance.
I need some
It's
rest.
also
It feels like I've
surrounded
been
by
sick
bunkers
for a week
left and
straight.
right, and a waste area deep of this green. This is a beautiful setting on a beautiful golf course. Great hole.
Ah, that was a tough one.
That's not the one he wanted.
Thought maybe I'd kick it out
Second
towards
shot
the
here.
edge of the fairway and it would try to carry in. Man, they're sure saying a lot of names. Ugh. It's like borderline creepy.
This wind really starting to get up. That was well managed.
This one.
I haven't heard Iona one time. I think she was doing Amen Corner, or she was doing 17 or something during the like live webcast, but I didn't have an opportunity to watch it once.
Always nice to have a
Maybe I'll
birdie
tune in on Sunday. She always has really interesting things to say. One time during the women's amateur, the Augusta amateur, the ladies, she said something like, she's just throwing up the, no, she's not Scottish, she's Irish, and just throwing up the ball. and then the girl, she threw one up. Oh, it was in a different way. It was not good.
And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead. And with that, They'll move to 3 under par. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that hole. Rich, we're on the 9th tee here at Playa Sayona.
Yeah, we've got waste area down the right
Oh,
hand
that's the
side.
name
Water
of
in
the
distance.
course.
Driver probably not required off this shortish par 4. Second shot carries a water feature to a green just sitting there in the distance. Very receptive. You're thinking birdie all day long.
It doesn't say it here. Interesting. Nice.
We're around 140 yards here.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
A little bit in your face. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. A bit wild on approach there.
Oh, the wind wreaks havoc with another golf ball.
Well, glad I have those birdies now.
13 feet to the hole.
Best
Now
insurance
this
in
one,
the game
this
of
is
golf.
important. This for par.
Although
Out on the
Rory's
ground, John
eagle was
McCarthy
pretty
has
sweet
been
today.
giving us some great reads all
Chipping.
day. What's this one doing, mate?
It's looking like this one's going to break pretty hard to the right.
Oh,
And a touch of frustration popping in there as the putt just missed the hole. And that was a bogey by our leader. So the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. This is the transition point of the round, making the turn, heading for home. How do you rate this player's performance so far?
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
pretty good. No, come on.
Playing this shot from the sand.
Oh no.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
A lot of little lines.
Guys, looks like 43 feet to the cup from there.
Huh. I really do not know. I mean, it's somewhere like between here and here. I mean, right in the middle. I think it's a little bit this way. Might have given it too much, but you gotta get it there. Aww.
6 feet remaining to the cup.
This for par.
Pa.
And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. The 11th hole at Playa Sayona is a par 4 that perhaps requires not your biggest drive.
Take the big stick out of your hand. Just
No.
go for position.
Big
avoiding
drive.
That bunker and the water down the left-hand side. Difficulty with the second shot is his green's got an infinite edge look. It's really difficult to judge the distance as it looks so much longer than it truly plays.
This next shot coming up from the sand. Outstanding shot, high quality. Good look at a birdie here. Nice one. Fourth birdie of the day.
Take that,
and
Colin.
That will take him to 3 under. And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. Yes, the 12th hole.
Tommy
Sayona
senses blood in the water.
I can't decide which hole out here is the most beautiful, this one or all the others. Another gorgeous setting here for this par 3. Just a couple of bunkers you got to be mindful of for your tee shot, as well as the ocean back left. However, just sit back and in all this beauty.
Beauty.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. This would be a great up and down from this spot.
Shoopadoop. Ah.
7 feet to the cup.
No.
And a bit of frustration popping in there as the par putt just missed the hole. Currently 2 under for the event. On the 13th tee at Player Sayona Ridge, this short par 4 at 305 yards is gettable, but you can't hit it an inch to the right.
Oh, this is a doozy of a hole. 305 yards.
What did he say?
Brave enough to take it on? Ooh, you have to be awfully sure of yourself. Lay it up down to the left-hand side and just hit a pitch and run second shot to find this tiny green located at the water's edge.
Oh, that wasn't good.
Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Distance control nearly impossible coming out of this rough.
It's not rough. Oh, it was rough. That makes sense.
Sitting at 2 under par in a share of the lead.
Ay.
It's got a chance. That's one of those momentum building putts. Well holed. Ooh, that was a touch of class. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Well, here you go.
Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. The 14th hole at Player Sayona is just another beauty. You've got the little beach and peninsula look, but this par 3 requires a fantastic golf shot.
Everything about this golf course is beautiful.
Leave me
It's
with a
got
good putt.
teeth everywhere you look. You can get sucked in by the beauty, but if you do, you're going to make a large number on this tiny par 3.
I mean,
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par.
too much. Stop, little ball.
Setting up from the first cut here in the green. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And this next putt, it's for bogey. Trailing by a stroke after that hole.
Brutal.
The 15th at Player Sayona is the final par 5 on the golf course.
That waist area down the left-hand side is going to see a lot of action as players do not want to make the mistake of hitting it in the ocean to the right. A layup from there into a very small section of fairway leaves a third shot to another
Man called it.
and an outcrop of rocks on the ocean. Another stunner.
Well, that one's hit the tree.
Perfect.
That's untimely.
That wasn't bad.
Well, that sets up a birdie putt, even if it is from long range.
It's not that long.
And this putt to move into a share of first. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 15 feet from the cup.
Whoa. It's like an invisible force field there.
Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
He's got this for his part.
Boo.
Currently 1 under for the tournament. The finishing stretch here at Playa Sayona starts here with the par 4 16th.
And we've got a couple of fairway bunkers down the right-hand side. Miss those to the left-hand side, and you will hit your second shot into an island, quote-unquote, green. Not surrounded by water, but surrounded by sand. This is a challenging par 4. You should be able to avoid any large numbers. Don't you dare stop it. Slow, slow.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. And he needs this to save par. He's currently tied for third.
What a round.
We get on the tee at 17, Rich. This is a hole you really want to make sure you position your ball properly.
Only the long hitters want to take on that waste bunker down the right-hand side. All the others out to the left-hand side. And there's an opening here that players might want to think about chasing their golf ball into, because this second shot, ooh, it is dangerous.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
This shot from 120 yards.
Wind moving right to left on this shot.
And how? Uh-oh. Don't you dare, wind.
Here's Max Homer now.
Yeah, Max's story is pretty interesting right now. His caddy quit on him, which is kind of
A chance
weird.
to move to a couple under the card with this putt.
And he had an amazing time with his
Right, John, they've been
family.
reading them well all day. Take us through this
And then
putt.
he hit a 4 caddy
Right to left.
who wasn't paying attention, ruined him 2 shots. It cost him 2 shots. Hate that. Tournament golf's so crazy. Meanwhile, the guy has a severe addiction, or had a severe
This
addiction to
putt coming
social
up for his
media.
par.
Now he just has half an addiction. Now he just TikToks or whatever.
Watch this one break.
Oh.
Putting now for a bogey.
Before he was streaming the Twitters.
Yeah, well hold.
Always
Let's
just
move on
glued
the
to
next.
it, just swiping.
And with that, he moves up to even par.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Did I have enough?
That's a bad error to make there. That's headed right.
What is he talking about?
Okay, that'll work. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
Looks like about 21 feet for him left to go.
I've actually been haunted several times by the fact that I lost to Brooke Henderson in the playoff in this game the last time I played it.
He's hoping this one breaks all the way back to the
Break.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
And finishing up with a par here today.
What a round. Alright, I'm gonna skip a couple rounds here.
That was a tale of two nines, wasn't it? A bit of the yin.
Actually, I think I'm just done. I don't have nothing else to talk about.
Out there and just didn't really have it going.
Swinging fast. Swing is better. Better understanding of it. Masters is on tomorrow.
On behalf
Want
of
to
myself,
watch so
Rich
bad.
Beam, and all the hard-working folks at
Happy
2K
Gilmore
Sports.
out.
Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.
Ooh, 410 VC. It just keeps going up. I think they understood the criticism. People are like, we're tired of trying to grind this game. We don't have enough time in our lives. Give us monies so we can play it. Thank you for the monies. What do I put it into? Contacts helped out a lot. That's what I've been working on in real life. I was a quarter inch today away from a shank, and then my playing partner hit a terrible shot, and I realized I just said the word shank. Well, not while he was swinging, but after my swing I said it. Then my other playing partner told me that Greg Norman used to say hitting it off the heel was the ideal shot. And the last time we were talking, I said that hitting it off the toe on a driver was the ideal shot. And then the guy was off the green, and he had his heel of his putter down behind his ball, and he hit the ball with the heel of his putter, and it was such a cool shot. And I was like, what does that do? Did you mean to, what? Huh? I've never seen someone do that before. It was really cool. So I gotta practice that next time. I've heard, toe chips, but I've never heard of heel chips. Huh. Who would have thought? But then again, I have a center shafted putter, so I don't think it would work for me. Strange days. What a time. Oh, I can improve more stuff. Wait for me, my player progression. Yes, give me spinner. Sweet. Now I got a spinner and a tie spinner. Tie spinner, I think you can play from the bunker. What? In real life, you can play a tie spinner out of a bunker. Oh well. That's what this guy did on the DP World Tour. It was really cool. Saved him, tremendously. Alright, enough out of me.